When we say that we don't have time to meditate, I feel like that's sort of saying, I don't have time to sharpen my axe. There are way too many trees to chop down.
Break the switch.
I think the idea of meditation can be intimidating for a lot of people. To me, I like to think of it as just kind of sitting in stillness, either with your eyes closed or with your eyes open. You can stare at a wall if you want, or look at a particular point in your house if you'd like. But it's just being present, and it's taking time to not allow the many distractions of life to come in and invade that moment. It's allowing yourself to not think about the future or think about the past, although thoughts may come up about the future or the past, and that's okay. You can just let those thoughts pass by, kind of like a cloud passing by in the sky. It's okay that it's there and you can acknowledge it, but just kind of let it move on. In fact, Zen meditation is one of my favorite forms of meditation because it's so simple. It says, focus on the breathing. If you find that you are not focusing on the breathing, focus on the breathing. So as you sit, you just kind of think of something, and then you bring back your focus and focus on breathing again. And then inevitably your mind will wander off. And that's okay. There's nothing to be ashamed of your mind wandering or thinking about, did I leave the oven on? Things like that. It's all okay. And that's the beauty of it. All it is learning to sit and be present in this moment. Personally, I've seen many benefits to my meditation practice. Even though I typically only meditate for 5 to 20 minutes, I've seen a lot of great things come from it. One of the biggest things that I found is in terms of creative work, my most creative and best ideas always come when I'm meditating or shortly after. When you're not on your phone and you're not on the computer and you're not actively engaging in conversation and you just allow yourself to be with your thoughts. As scary as that might be, a lot of our true ingenuity comes from those moments. It comes from those ideas bouncing around our brains, and that's what I've found. I found that it helps me relax. It helps me be kinesthetically aware, so I feel what's going on in my body and I kind of recognize and acknowledge the certain things that I'm going through, or maybe I notice that my nose is kind of stuffy or just kind of have a kink in my neck. It allows me to just pause and be there instead of trying to be everywhere else but right here. If you're interested in starting a meditation practice, I highly recommend that you give it a try. Don't put too much pressure on yourself or set expectations for what should come of it. All you need to do is take 1 minute. You can even set a timer if you want, something like this kitchen timer or an egg timer, and set it for 60 seconds. Just take a moment, close your eyes, and breathe. That wasn't too hard, right? You can do that for a minute, and then don't worry about it again until the next day. Even if you build up a practice of just doing it for 1 minute, it will make it so much easier for you to expand and then do it for 2, 3, 4 minutes. Don't be too hard on yourself if things come up, if your mind is wandering. If you notice your mind wandering, just kind of grab your thought and bring it back to your breathing. There's another method of meditation that I've been using recently and have really enjoyed. This is a mala. It has 108 beads, and it's used to count repetitions. So you can use it to count your breath. You can use it to count a mantra that you're saying. You can just use it to positively affirm something if you'd like that to focus on. I found that by doing meditations like this with a certain number of repetitions, instead of just setting a timer for a certain amount of time, I've been able to really practice the intentionality and focus on each breath that I take in terms of just making sure that it's the best breath I can take. Now that might seem kind of strange, but there really is something to a disciplined breath, taking a disciplined moment, and just doing it the best you can right then and there. If you're looking for something to hold on to or something to kind of track your practice. Instead of just choosing a specific amount of time, you can use this, and each bead will just count for 1 repetition of your meditation. Remember, it's the first 10 seconds, it's the first minute, it's the first 2 minutes that is the hardest to do. Once you just get started and allow yourself to be in that moment, it will begin to flow, I promise. Remember to not be too hard on yourself and just pull back your thoughts, focus on your breathing, and allow yourself to be present. It's super beneficial, and I think you'll really love it once you get into it. If you have questions about meditation or anything at all, feel free to leave a comment down below. I would love to hear about your experience or just things that have come up when you have started meditation practice. I'm sure it would be helpful for anyone watching this video to hear your unique experience and story. As always, thank you so much for your time and attention. I appreciate you being here with me today, and I will see you next time.